How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another automotive news video, and before we get into today's video, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe down below. All that stuff really helps me out a ton in the algorithm. And also, if you are subscribed to my channel already, definitely be sure to click that little bell icon down there that actually notifies you, or turns on notifications so you actually get notified every single time that I do post a new video. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a Corvette or an electric Corvette sedan or SUV. A lot like what we've seen with the Mustang Mach-E. And also, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you know my opinion on the Mustang Mach-Es. I don't think that they're bad, like looking at them from, I guess, like a practical or logical standpoint. I just don't like the fact that Ford used the Mustang logo and the Mustang name. It's just a little bit silly to me. And honestly, I feel the same way about the possibility of a new Corvette EV sedan or EV SUV coming in the future, approximately around 2025, some people are estimating. Now, there's already been a lot of rumors over the past months or so about a Camaro SUV actually going ahead and competing with the Mustang Mach-E in the future. But now, according to this article here by InsideEVs.com, it is more likely that the Corvette name is actually going to be behind that vehicle as opposed to the Camaro badge. And also, I know I previously just stated this, but GM did already kind of say that 2025 may be the model year that they're aiming for to actually make this vehicle, whatever it's going to be. So expect this to be news around the summer of 2024, probably, because that's when the new model years come out. They come out in August of the previous year. Apparently, its main competitor is going to be the Porsche Taycan SUV, but I mean, we all know the Chevy and Ford rivalry. They're probably not going to name the Ford Mustang Mach-E as its main competitor, but we probably know why that Chevy or GM is going to be doing this. Now, my own opinions about this, again, I don't think you should call it a Corvette or a Camaro. A Camaro and Corvettes have always been two-door pony car sports cars, more sports cars with the Corvettes, and then kind of like pony cars with the Camaros. But they have a rich history. A lot of people love them. There's cult followings. You're going to get people that buy the cars anyway, or buy the SUVs or sedans anyway. You're just basically, at this point, you're using the logo to sell more units, which from a business standpoint, it's really not that bad of an idea. I mean, I went to business school. Like, I get it. Like, it's a good marketing tool, those logos, but I just don't think that these manufacturers should really be taking advantage of that. Now, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments of using cars or sports cars names for things that aren't cars. For example, like the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross or the Eclipse SUV that they have now. They turned the Eclipse from a kind of entry-level, I guess, sports car slash commuter car, kind of like where the, I guess, Civic was, and they just completely transformed it into a crossover SUV, obviously when Mitsubishi was still prevalent, but that's a perfect example that predates this Mustang Mach-E and even this potentially new Corvette EV sedan or EV SUV. Now I'd actually like to go and actually check out a render on top of this vehicle, which I guess, yeah, you could see was done by Motor1.com, so it's not actually originally from this InsideEVs.com website. But that's what, I guess, an electric Corvette EV would look like. Now, obviously, this is based off the new C8. However, GM has already publicly stated that the Corvette will not be going electric in the 8th generation. So that is some, pretty good news for, I guess, Corvette purists out there. But I guess it would be like in the 9th generation then, so I guess they're planning for the C9 to come out around 2025 as well. However, that may not be true, because we've seen with the Ford Mustang that the 6th generation of the Mustang, which came out in 2015, has lasted up until now, and the new Mustang Mach-E, which looks pretty different than even the facelift 2018 Mustangs and towards like the second half of the 6th generation. it just looks a little like a lot different. I was gonna say a little bit, but it definitely looks a lot different. You can see some of the resemblances, but for the most part, like, it's just Chevy, if they're doing something, you know, radical like this in the future, where they're using that Corvette logo not on a car and instead on like a sedan or a SUV, and it's electric, a lot of stuff can change with the design. And here is a perfect example. We have 3 different Mustangs right here just from a Google search of a 2022 Mustang. We have a new GT500 with that big, gaping, aggressive look. I love how these new GT500s look. And then we have what looks to me like a just regular plain Jane GT, or even an EcoBoost, but this is 2018 or newer because of those facelifts. You could tell by the front grille and the headlights. And then we have the Mach-E, which I'm not going to be put any of my bias out there as to what I think is ugly or not, or, you know, anything like that. But the thing is, the Mach-E doesn't look bad. It's different. It's an electric vehicle, so the grille right here is a fake grille. You know, there's no openings. It doesn't need any air going in there. It can be more aerodynamic in that sense. And obviously, the elephant in the room is that it's an SUV compared to the Mustang, which the Mustang has never been an SUV. I'm pretty sure there's been some concepts like a Mustang station wagon, like back in like the 70s or 80s or some crazy stuff, but the Mustang's never been a production SUV. So that's one thing that I just don't like when it comes to Chevy teasing this idea of an electric Corvette SUV. It's just the same concept as the Mustang Mach-E in my eyes. I have no doubt that it would be a great vehicle, a great electric vehicle. Hopefully it's cheaper than some of the other electric vehicles out there today. I don't like the idea of calling it a Corvette or a Camaro, or calling the Mach-E a Mustang. That's just my own opinions. I know that could be a little controversial to some people. Some people really love the new Mach-E's, and some people might like it if, you know, Chevy went out and made an electric Corvette SUV. Who knows? But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That's pretty much just going to be it for today's video. I know it was a shorter video, but I'm definitely trying to push out a lot of content for you guys. Hopefully get to a nice daily uploading schedule and keep, you know, rocking with that. But like always, thank you guys so much for the ongoing support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.